It begins with the vision, as everything does, and that for us in USD is to actualize the unlimited potential of every learner, that we will all be empowered, encouraged, engaged, and committed. And that vision started with this premise that we're all in this together, and it's that collaboration that just allows us to get to the answer that we want. So the framework for the future actually began with a conversation with the stakeholder groups, with all stakeholder groups. During COVID, we worked collaboratively with all our labor partners, our classified staff, our teaching staff, our parents, and our community members. We were going to design, i.e. co-construct, co-design the district that we would all want to be a part of. We were having a lot of challenges, both behavioral, academic challenges, making sure that we were getting our students up to speed, and in a manner that was reflective in our achievement scores, looking at different ways to measure that. So there was work that we needed to do. When we were done with COVID, I remember asking the group, are we going back to the same status quo? Was where we were working for us? And of course the answer was no. During the pandemic, we had this image, this icon, and it was, we always put safety in the middle of everything that we were going to do. As we were transitioning out of COVID, I substituted, okay, we're going to now put the students at the center of all that we're going to do, hence this learner-centered approach. So we started with our students. We talked to students from elementary into middle school, and the data was pretty consistent. They want their learning to be relevant. It's the old adage, right, when we were in school is, why do we need to learn this? Why do we need to know this? You know, how am I going to use this? And those questions continue to this day. So when we look at the learner profile, which is front and center for our framework for the future, it really answers the question of what do we want our students to learn? What do we want our students to be able to do when they go through our systems? We came to this notion of the 6 outcomes that we wanted our students to learn, and that's our profile. We want our students to be empowered learners. We want them to own their education.
At Hidden Valley Middle School,
so I love the start of that.
Students feel a power over their writing that comes from a deep understanding of what they read.
It's time to announce our Scholar Award winners.
Whether it's students leading the all-school assembly,
Epic is the way to be.
Or conducting daily crew meetings.
Why is gratitude important in our lives?
In the EL curriculum, students are leaders of their own learning.
We want our students to be empathetic collaborators. And if you look at all our language within our vision and our mission, it's about working together.
In homeroom,
Hands in and cross.
the day begins with team building,
This hand goes over here.
like this exercise, led by students.
Uncross it now.
By team building, they get to focus and learn about each other's strengths and build upon them. It builds a sense of family.
We want our scholars, our learners to be ethical, do what is right even when no one's looking.
At Pioneer,
Try not to fall down, okay?
members of the Peace Patrol are responsible and caring. They ensure our TK students are safe and having fun on the playground. At Glenview Elementary,
So we have 4th graders coming in, helping us with art. They help us with reading sometimes.
these TK kids look forward to working with their 4th grade buddies.
They really look up to these big kids too, and the big kids get some empathy out of it.
We want our students to be effective communicators.
Juniper students engage regularly in social-emotional learning by watching Pause for the News.
There is a lot going on this week, starting with today.
The show is anchored by students and shines a spotlight on school positivity.
It's the Jaguar way.
Being able to communicate with one another, being able to communicate with adults, being able to do presentations.
4th grade English learners can face their fears of public speaking
Ladies and gentlemen,
by debating. Should Oak Hill have school uniforms? Students present arguments
they're so itchy.
and rebuttals in front of their peers.
I taught them that this would help them in job interviews, maybe in a courtroom if they're a lawyer in a courtroom.
Our students are going to be part of the global community eventually when they graduate, and they're going to be part of figuring out what works and what doesn't in our world, and so they need to be able to problem solve.
These 4th graders have been learning about earthquakes and tectonic plates. Now they're engineering earthquake-resistant buildings. The group project teaches positive communication collaboration, and compromise.
How do we ensure that all students are demonstrating these outcomes? So how are we going to do that? And that starts with the learning model. So when we're designing lessons or we're designing projects, it's about creating an experience for a student that meets them where they are. When you're talking about personalized learning, we're really looking at what are the students' strengths. Can we develop something that taps into the student's interests? How do you ensure that a student owns what they're learning? So really having them understand their data, their achievement results. We have great examples of that happening throughout our system already.
In order to be a leader of my own learning, I have created a learner profile.
Conway students of all ages present self-evaluations with confidence and clarity.
My strengths and attributes are helping others in math.
When we're talking about personalization, also it's choice. If students are given a choice, they're doing a research project, if they choose the topic, they may be more engaged into completing that because now they're pursuing something that they have high interest in.
In our 8th grade STEM class, students are designing a customized object for one of their teachers. Pencil holders, a bathroom pass, a case for a gaming controller. The only limits are their imaginations.
The second part of this is authentic learning. So when we're designing these lessons again, it's about meaningful and relevant experiences for our students. Making the learning jump out of the page. You know, if you're reading about something in the book, how can you do this?
We're trying to have a legitimate dig site here.
With the driving question, what is culture?
So you want to brush off the artifact?
This social studies class is digging up the past.
Okay. Document that.
To learn about different eras of civilization.
And try to decide what was this culture like? What can we learn about these people from the artifacts and fossils that we found?
Now we have competency-based, teaching our students the standards that we want them to know. It's really about using assessment to identify where the students are, what does the student need next, and now let me design an activity, which teachers do all the time.
I need you to rotate.
During rotations, our teachers take a targeted approach based on each individual's progress.
Tap it out. Ga, da. Good.
From a small group exercise with the teacher, to a writing station about life cycles, to students working independently. Everyone's confidence and competency grows.
Since the kids are at their ability level, we can target in on those areas and focus on the needs of each student. Love the way you guys did that.
And then the final component is inclusive and equitable, involving everyone, doing it in a meaningful way that makes a child feel like they're a critical component of the learning process, a key member of a group, like when they're working in collaboration. Are they all contributing? So when you put all these 4 components, it's really about designing these lessons that'll be high engaging and get our students to fully actualize their unlimited potential. How are we going to do this? Is we need to provide the time. And we already have that. In elementary, we have the wheel collaboration time.
NB Ranch is advancing EUSD's learning model by providing enrichment time for students that coincide with collaboration time for teachers. This TK class is taking a drawing lesson from a visiting art instructor while their teacher meets other staff.
It helps us focus on our kiddos and plan out our weekly lesson plans and just help each other collaborate and work together.
Yeah, I never had something like this.
Coding, programming, and electrical engineering are all included in the STEM lesson.
Was that your code?
Teachers from the Enrichment Wheel team bring highly engaging activities, like these Ozo bots.
Really a win-win situation. The students are getting enrichment in areas that we normally couldn't provide, and we are also getting a chance to beef up our teaching, get together and collaborate with our colleagues.
Teachers have time to come together, look at their students, and start designing these authentic learning experiences for their kids. Obviously, this is a lot. The implementation of the learning model is not going to happen overnight. So that's why we've identified some big moves to implement the learning model. And the first one, big move number 1, is school redesign.
A lot of people think a redesign means you're going to redesign the construction of your actual school site, but what it actually means is it's an opportunity to reimagine your school's mission and vision and the role that you play in the framework for the future.
School redesign is an exciting opportunity for a school to really look at what makes them uniquely themselves. So at North Broadway, science was always a really big focus. They had a science lab. We have an enormous garden. It's called the Secret Garden. Nobody knew about it. There's a greenhouse. We have a lot of community partners near us that are connected to science or agriculture. And so between all of those pieces coming together, it really shined a light, and we've decided to be the NB Ranch. And it's going to be environmental science school focused on sustainability, community, and really getting kids to explore outdoors and connect with nature.
Our students want voice and choice. They want to be engaged in their learning, and they want to get to know themselves. We got the chance to go and visit other school sites in other districts, and that really helped us hone in on what exactly we wanted our plan to be. We put a plan into place. And so that plan in the short term is going to consist of an advisory period every morning where we are going to hone in on the RIASEC theory, which is John Holland's 6 personality traits. And so students and staff and community are going to get to know their own strengths and interests based on this theory. It's been studied and proven that if we do things that we are interested in, we are happier and we are more successful. So that is what we're going to hone in on for the first few years.
We're going to take it slow. We're going to take it one piece at a time and try to build out our systems over time.
What I want everyone to know is it's just not a plan that a principal and a few people put into place. It's truly a plan that brings you together, unites you, and it's exciting, and it's all about us.
Staff should be totally energized. I mean, I see in the last month since of school, I saw more people trying more things. We have a school song now. Oh, give me a home where the we have lessons already planned. We've got teachers ordering outdoor supplies. They should be excited and they should get going. Or as we say at North Broadway, take lead. Take lead!
The idea is to have 4 to 5 schools every year go through this redesign process and really come out with something unique to them that matches their community, matches their environment, their skill sets. But ultimately what's joining them all together is they're all utilizing the framework as the framework for this new redesign. I really want to make sure that everyone understands also that we are doing this together, but we're going to take our time to get there. We need to understand that we don't need to fear this, but this is really what as our district is evolving, this is truly our next step, naturally, of where we are. Our district has a reputation for innovation. And as I see it, we're ready and ripe for this. Really, it's giving you all permission to be creative, to do these engaging lessons, to think outside the box. We know that when students are fully engaged and when they're fully taught the standards, and they're doing that in a very authentic way, that achievement will follow because they're learning. And so again, you're all part of this incredible journey that we're in. And I want to continue to applaud all the wonderful work that is happening, as I'm sure you're all aware of it. We need to continue to highlight it, and we need to go take that next step. And again, that step is going to look different for every school, for every individual. But in the end, we're all moving in that direction. And that's very exciting.